Good morning, everybody. It's about 11:22 on March 11th, and I'm a mile up out of Neels Gap, heading north. I didn't hike anywhere the last 2 days. Saturday was rainy and dreary, and I probably could have hiked. Hell, maybe I should have hiked. But after the long 9.3 up and over Blood Mountain, my legs were pretty wrecked. So I took the day and I slept, and I thought I was feeling recovered. And then Saturday night into Sunday, the wind was howling. Gale force winds, more than 60 miles an hour. It was so powerful, it literally ripped my tent out of the ground. Fortunately, I was pretty close to mountain crossings at Neels Gap, so I went back and ended up sleeping in the little vestibule. And then me and another hiker who also got defeated by the absolute, oh wow, check this out. Sorry. Frost crystals, that's from last night. Coming up out of the ground when the ground froze, it was wet and it froze, and the freezing ground pushed the frost icicles out of the ground. I always think that's beautiful. Anyways, the wind was so strong, me and another hiker wound up in the little vestibule where the AT goes through Mountain Crossings building, and then we went to a hotel last night. It's interrupted by trees, but because it's still early and there's no leaves, it's pretty good. I've come about 1.5 miles. I'm hoping to do maybe 6 miles today. I got started pretty late in the day because we had to, we didn't leave, we stayed at the Comfort Inn in Helen last night. The Comfort Inn, by the way, is pet friendly, and it was really nice. The rooms were clean. The proprietors were very friendly. We got there early on a Sunday morning, freezing cold. We got there at like 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning. We were cold. We were tired. We'd been basically up all night. I mean, I might have slept for a few minutes here and there, but it was really cold. And they let us into a room immediately, and they told us we could have some of the continental breakfast that was left over because not everybody wanted it. So they were super friendly. If you're in the area, Helen is off the Unicoi Gap. If you're in the area, I highly recommend it. So generally, I tell people not to leave things in the woods, but these bold boots have been in the woods long enough to grow moss. I'm not packing them out. Maybe if they had laces, but even then, I'm not packing them out. I will tell Tanya about them. She's a trail runner. Maybe she'll want to send somebody up here to get them. But, man, that's funny. View from the top of Cow Rock Mountain. It's also a sweet little camp spot here, but it's only like 3:40, so we're past daylight savings, so it doesn't get dark now till almost 8. I'm gonna keep hiking. Also, I don't have enough water to camp even if I wanted to. So I'm hoping to get 6 miles in today, which is just past Hog Pen Gap. That's about 3 miles more today, which I'm pretty sure I can do. So we'll just have to see how far I can go, right? I'll do as much as I can every day till I get to Maine. That is my goal. Check out this view. Nice rock over here. A little too big for sitting rock. But that one's a good sitting rock, but I'm not going to stop. I just had a break. I'm not really tired. And I want to push a couple more miles down this hill before dark. So Gonna try to figure out where the path is. There's a white blaze here on the rock, so I assume the trail goes that way. There's a little bit of a path over here, but I don't think that's the trail. Doesn't look trampled enough. So I'm gonna put my phone away and use both my hands on my poles and find. Oh, there's the trail. I see another blaze. So you can see the blaze over there on the tree, maybe. So, ooh, looks like there's a fire over there in the distance, maybe. Huh. Well, it's far enough away it shouldn't bother me, hopefully. That's at least 4 mountain ranges between me and the smoke. Alright, I'm gonna push on. So the climb from s01e Gap, where I am now, to Hog Pen Gap is a very steep section of switchbacks over the course of half a mile. You go up almost 500 feet. So, then after I get some water at Hog Pen Gap, I'm gonna be looking for a place to camp pretty quick because I'm gonna be exhausted. But I'll be up over 6 miles today, which is pretty good. Man, I wish I could get a ride up there, but I can't. I have to walk it for you, for science. Whatever. Well, I made it to the top of the switchbacks, or close enough. I'm probably within 25 feet of the, you can see it up there. I just gotta go around the corner here. But, an hour. But I took a few breaks, so it's not too surprising. I took my pack off once and I drank half a liter of water, so I didn't have to carry it up the mountain. I'm a half a mile from Hog Pen Gap. There's a water source there. I'll fill up my s01e bladder and my other bladder, and then I'll cross the road and I'll walk until I see a campsite that's viable, and I'll set up my tent and I'll eat dinner and go to sleep. I'm pretty wiped out. It was a good long day. Just over, well, I'll tell you exactly in editing how long it was. I'll have to go in and check and see how far I went. But it was a good day. I'm feeling in shape. I'm feeling motivated. Feeling like I really got my trail legs going. So that's good. Yeah, feeling great. I'm getting some great views today to make up for the lack of views on Blood Mountain. Ooh. There's a view. I'm about half a mile from where I'm going to camp for the night, so I'm just going to keep pushing. My feet are pretty exhausted. I only did six and a half, something like that. I'll let you know later. Good morning, everybody. It is March 12th. I'm up and moving on trail at 8:26 in the morning. That's about half an hour after the sun got up. There was 2 other people at the campsite where I camped last night, just north of Hog Pen Gap. So I wanted to get moving before I started talking because they're still asleep. This is the first time I've ever gone up and been out of a campsite first. It's pretty unbetter. Anyway, today's gonna be a long one. I'm 11.9 from Blue Mountain Shelter. I've hiked this section before. As I remember it, the first, we've got a bit of a ways. I guess there's been a reroute, so it's a little different. But somewhere around the time I get to Low Gap Shelter, the trail turns into an old forest road, and it's like really smooth, really nice, easy to walk on for about 6 miles, and then maybe 5 miles. But then about a mile and a half before you get the Blue Gap shelter, you get off the old road, and it turns into a rock garden scramble. So I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy to do that once I get there, but we'll see. It's a little cold this morning. Probably got down to like 33, 34 last night. So I'm a little concerned. I forgot to put my filter in my sleeping bag. But hopefully it didn't freeze. I filtered some water this morning and it appeared to be flowing good. So hopefully it's okay. Anyway, I'm gonna put this away and put my gloves back on because my fingers are numb. And then I'm gonna start pushing miles. I'll talk to you later. It's 9:30. I've come a mile and a half. I decided I needed to take a little break. I'm gonna have a bit of breakfast, and then I'm gonna keep pushing. I'll talk to you later. Well, I made it to Low Gap shelter. There's a water source right next to the shelter, which is super convenient right there. I am going to get some water. I'm definitely gonna take my boots off. I'm considering taking a nap. I'm pretty wiped out. I've only done 5 miles, but it feels like a lot farther than that. So, definitely gonna rest my feet for an hour or two before I push on. Good morning, everybody. It is March 13th. I am hiking north. I stayed last night at Deep Gap Shelter, or Low Gap Shelter. I didn't plan to. I planned to take a small break and then push onwards. But after I took my small break, my legs just locked up and I could barely walk. So serious crampage. When I got up to pee, I literally had to hang on to the shelter to keep me standing in a general upright position. So that was awkward. I'm now 9.4 miles from the road, something like that. I'm not sure exactly. But I have a packet of ramen, 3 packets of oatmeal, 1 packet of tuna fish, some bacon bits, and some onion. That's all I've got for food. And I've got a couple more packets. I think I got 3 more packets of Propel electrolytes. So the first 5 miles of trail today is on this old road bed. It doesn't really look like a road bed until you come across something like this and realize that it was definitely man-made. So, no idea how old the road is. It could just be like, I don't think it was. Doesn't look like anything that modern cars drove on. Although it's because it's possible. 1920s maybe, or earlier. It's definitely an old road bed though. This whole cliff side is dripping water. It's very pretty, but I've got plenty of water. I don't need to stop for any. Yet another water source. This is like the 4th water source I've seen in this area. You really have to try to dehydrate in Georgia. I wonder why they have those branches up. Somebody put those up for some reason. Don't know why. Weird. Oh well. Gonna keep hiking. I made it to Blue Mountain Shelter just before 4 o'clock. I'm gonna call it a night here. When I was filtering water, I sat down on a log, and the log was like this, and I knew it was like this, and I swear I thought it was like this, so I just sat on it and put all my weight on it, and ended up rolling off the end of the log and almost face planted into the stream. Thankfully, 2 other hikers were there. They were able to help me sit back up because I don't know how I would have gotten out of that sticky situation by myself. Yeah, it was a bit of a. I knew the log was slanted. I sat there and I looked at the slanted log But then somehow I just say, hey, the log will support my weight, I'm going to sit on it. And it didn't. So, anyway, I'm okay. No injuries. My feet are sore from walking, but that's to be expected. I'm almost out of food. I have very little food left, but it's enough to get me through the night. And then tomorrow morning I will hike the 2.5 miles downhill to the Unicoi Gap, and I will hitch into Hiawassee for resupply. If I'm lucky, I'll find some breakfast somewhere. But either way, I'll be going to Hiawassee. I'll be going to the Ingalls. If you're a hiker, I gotta say the deli section in the Ingalls down here is really fantastic. It's got some really fantastic food. I'll see if I can't record it and show it to you, and then I'll record what I'm getting for resupply, and I'll show that to you as well. Beautiful morning sunrise, looking out from Blue Mountain Shelter. Faces east. Really quiet, people are still sleeping. So I'm up and on trail before 8 o'clock again. It's 7:56. I've been walking for a few minutes. I finished my food last night. I have no food at all in my bag right now. I think I might have a couple of broth packets that I've been carrying for a while. I was planning to put into I'm getting closer to the road. Unfortunately, as you can hear, the traffic is quite loud. So I feel like I should be going fast. I should be closer than I am. I still have more than half a mile to go, though. Oh well. It's 9:36. It'll be 10 o'clock by the time I get to the road, so I'll miss breakfast probably by the time I get into Hiawassee. But oh well. There will be food anyway. It'll just not be breakfast food. So I made it to Unicoi Gap. It's 10 o'clock. Just over 2 hours to come down. 2.5 miles. Looks like there's trail magic set up at Unicoi Gap, so I wanted to show you guys that. Some people from the what did I say, Alabama, Georgia Trail Club came up a minute ago and told me they've got a grill set up and they're making burgers and all sorts of things. So I'll be there in a minute. It's right there, and then I'll show you what's set up. All right. This is quite a spread. Actually,
or do you think it's okay like that?
it won't matter.
It won't matter. Okay.
You were overthinking it.
I know.
I haven't eaten yet today.
Oh.
I ran out of food completely. Ate the last of my food last night.
Oh goodness. Okay.
So yeah. Yeah. So
Have Debbie snacks and all. You make sure
I'm
you
gonna
take
get.
some with you, okay?
I'm gonna. Well, I gotta go into town, so I'm gonna get some food, and then I'm gonna go into town.
Okay.
But
That fella coming down, he'll probably.
How are you? How are you? Good.
I'm good. How are you?
My rule is Disney. I won't let up the hook for you though. Hold on. They put it in a pen. And I can do the AT symbol on your hand or your arm in
All right.
minutes.
I will let you do one on my hand. I will look at it all day long. I will let you. Let's sit down and do it.
Okay.
Sit down and how you doing there? I look like a party. I knew that putting makeup on make me feel better.
Now he's playing piano.
I know. I'm sitting and listening. He's not just playing. He knows what he's doing now. Classical pianist here. How can you make a little keyboard sound that good? That's pretty awesome.
More hikers coming down.
Hooty-hoo! Hooty-hoo!
Hey, Dexter, they're coming from that side.
Yeah, and if he had his choice, he'd go get them. And he's road stupid. He is road stupid. All he is he runs into hikers. Yeah, I know you hear them. They're up the mountain. So what do you think?
How's the hike going?
Pretty good so far. So I'm around the Bend Hostel for the night. Figured I'd show you a little bit of what they have. They got a little bit of an outfitter there. I haven't been inside yet.